So, I started watching the TV show Once Upon a Time. Make fun of me if you want to, whatever. It was more because one of the people I follow on Tumblr keeps on posting stuff about it. I'm like, actually, it looks kind of like a cool show. Because I thought at first it was, like, gonna be really lame, and it is a little, but whatever. I've only gotten through the first episode. I'm gonna watch some more, see how it is. But already I am noticing a parallel or some similarities to the comic book series Fable. Now, I've only read the first volume of Fable because money means can't afford comic books. But anyways, by the way, I'm wearing a tank top. You can barely see it. It looks like I'm topless. Anyways, maybe I'll put some. No, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so people say, well, okay, fine, yeah, it's similar. I mean, you know, fairy tales in real life. But the thing is that the fact that in Fable it centers mostly around Snow White, and in Once Upon a Time they decided to do the same thing, and just a few other things in there, and the fact that the certain fairy tales they chose was whatnot. But this sounds like it's not my one of usual videos. It's about to get there. So this kind of, I started thinking, like, hey, I'm gonna make a video about this. When I saw a wolf, and it's kind of like the bad guys are the bad guys kind of thing. Instead of Fable, it's like, fuck, everyone's kind of like we're stuck. So everyone's in the same thing, so bad guys become allies to good guys, which I kind of prefer that to it. And one of the main characters is the big bad wolf in, Fable, and he's one of the good guys. He's like the main cop, because they managed to find this thing to make him a were-human, if that makes sense. As in, it turns him into a human, but he can revert back to his wolf form whenever he wants to. Anyways, we showed the wolf. They just showed him stopping the girl from leaving town. And I was like, hey, that's kind of like making the wolf the good guy, because she's supposed to stay in town to save everybody. So I was like, But at first I thought it was like, oh, he's a bad. Before I realized that she needs to stay in town to save everybody. At first I was like, oh, look, the wolf fucking being a bad guy again. And then that got me thinking about wolves and history and fairy tales and bullshit like that. Now, because you'll notice in multiple different fairy tales, in nursery rhymes, the big bad wolf is the bad guy, it caused a lot of stigma. It caused people to think wolves were, like, wolves, you know, wolves, there's also, like, you know, wolf in sheep's clothing, all this other stuff. And yeah, wolves would eat the sheep, but the thing is that they need to eat too. So they were seen as evil and bad guys, and they'd be killed all the time. Although I'll put a video link in the description of how important wolves are to our ecosystem. Wolves aren't actually bad guys. Actually, most animals aren't, unless you're including humans as an animal, because we're really bad, like, as a species on everything. And then that made me think of modern things. You know, sharks, how demonized they are in our fiction. And that's led to shark hunting and making, you know, them hate, like, people killing off sharks to the point where they're getting close to being on, an at-risk species, or like endangered or whatever. Even though it's actually freaking rare for a shark to kill a human. It is 5 times more likely to die because of a cow than a shark. Just for some, you know, forget the word, my brain's not working today. But anyway, so it's kind of like sharks are the modern big bad wolf. And it's stupid because these are just predatory animals. They're carnivores, they need to eat meat. And it's not like they're attacking humans because, ooh, yummy humans. They don't want to eat humans. They're attacking humans because, oh, yummy seals. They think you're seals, and that's why. So I saw this thing, I'll try and find it and put in the description, is these wetsuits and surfboards that have certain colors and patterns on them to deter sharks from attacking them, to deter them thinking that they're seals. So I think that is the way to go if you want to reduce shark attacks, not killing off all the sharks, which is bad for the ecosystem, because as you'll see in the wolf video, you need the predatory animals to balance everything out and to make sure that everything happens the way it's supposed to. The way it's supposed to. So, yeah. I'm about to say, if you're gonna go killing any dangerous species, start with humans, and I'm like, no, that's not a good idea either. So, basically, stop killing things in general. Yeah. Could you just stop? Yeah.